We got some Giant news. How about this?
They fired Gettleman already? They fired Shermer already?
They fired somebody. They have waived Janoris Jenkins.
Oh, okay.
And I think a big part of this was we've talked about what happened with Janoris Jenkins. I think everybody's aware about him tweeting during practice and then, using some language he probably shouldn't have used. The next day, when he met the media, which was yesterday, and I watched the video of him answering questions, he just was not apologetic. He explained away the word he used by saying it's my culture. He claimed he didn't tweet during practice, Joe. His claim was, I tweeted it, but I didn't get reception, so it didn't go through until practice.
Well,
whether it's true or not,
what do you got
here's the problem.
What's that?
He wasn't apologetic about it. And I'm convinced that's at least a significant part of why they decided to get rid of him. Janoris Jenkins has already tweeted, by the way. You want to know what his response is?
What did he say now?
Best news ever.
Okay, well, so he's happy to be gone.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, he wants to go somewhere else, apparently. And what's interesting about this is Janoris Jenkins is a good football player. The Giants got worse, but I think that the Giants realized, can we have this guy in our locker room? Remember what Tino said yesterday about Gettleman came here to clean out, and his word was the toxins.
Yes.
Which is a strong word, but that's the word he used to describe the locker room. I think that's what he mostly meant.
Right.
And I asked him, does Janoris Jenkins count as a toxin? I mean, does this stuff qualify as a toxin? Right. Well, clearly by this message, the answer is yes, he did.
Yeah.
Because they just got rid of him. They didn't even wait. They said we got to get rid of this guy.
He's been talking to him. I mean, he talked about, Jack Rabbit doesn't, they don't let Jack Rabbit travel and all of this stuff. I'm sure. What do you got now there?
No, I want to remind you that Janoris Jenkins breaking news is powered by Radio.com Sports.
Don't forget that.
And brought to you by the mid-size mattress from Mercedes-Benz Vans. I just wanted to make sure you knew that. It's a good thing
you said that because we may wind up doing overnight.
Overnight.
I'm glad you mentioned that. We don't want to have any issues here. And by the way, let me say this too. While you talk about that, I mentioned Beckham's name. And remember, Ralph Facciano. If you're listening, Ralph, I like you a lot. Okay, you do a great job. You're a good football guy. All of that. There's no way in hell that I want Odell Beckham Jr. on the Jets. And I'm going to tell you right now, Adam Gase would never let that happen. If Adam Gase didn't want Le'Veon Bell, there's no way Adam Gase wants Odell Beckham on this team. Please, I want no part of him. Send him somewhere else. Go somewhere. Not my team.
A year ago, we talked about this, and I was on the opposite side. I said, bring him in. He's a great talent. I don't think he's that bad of a guy. This year did so much damage. No, I'm not.
He'll be crying. He'll be screaming. How long would it be? Once he got to the Jets start losing games, how long is this guy crying and he don't want to be here?
I agree.
I want no part of this guy.
I think most athletes and people in general, you give them the benefit of the doubt. I like to at least give guys the benefit of the doubt the first time. This is the second time. I mean, 4 months in, 3 months into his Brown tenure, he's telling opponents, get me, come get me.
It's unbelievable.
That's a bad sign.
It's unbelievable. I want no part of this guy. Ralph, thank you, no thank you. I don't know where you're getting that nonsense from. Maybe you're getting it from Odell Beckham. I have no idea. Maybe just trying to create a story. I have no clue about that. But I am confident. As much as I don't like Adam Gase, I'm confident that Adam Gase will want no part of Odell Beckham on his team.
Here's what Pat Shurmur has said on the release of Janoris Jenkins. It's basically what we said. Obviously, what happened this week and the refusal to acknowledge the inappropriate and offensive language was the determining factor.
Who said that, Shurmur?
Pat Shurmur. So, yeah, when he spoke yesterday and just did it, all you got to do sometimes in life is say, I'm sorry. It's very simple.
Yep.
Not always. Obviously, there are things that are not forgivable.
There's a song by Chicago called Hard for Me to Say I'm Sorry.
Right.
So maybe that's the deal for Janoris Jenkins.
Maybe. And you know what the problem is? He obviously he wasn't sorry. So sometimes it's tough to say something if you don't actually believe it, even if it's the right thing to do. But that killed him yesterday. Like, just say, I shouldn't have said that. It's pretty simple. So, but the offensive, really what cost him is more, I got to think, is this and more.
Yeah.
Because,
Well, like I said, he's always talking. He was talking earlier in the year about, they weren't using him right, and then, that he doesn't try. You got to make me travel. He's been a very outspoken guy.
So let me ask you this. I think the answer. I know the answer.
It.
Oh, really? You take him on the Jets?
I think about it.
That was my question.
He's a good player. He's a good player. You want to put him opposite Blez Austin? By the way, Blez Austin, when we saw it last night, watching, like I said it to Ernie, did he play last night? Well, you know what? He did play.
That's a good sign,
and I don't think they even looked to even consider throwing the ball.
That's a good thing.
At wherever Blez Austin was.
That's a good thing.
I mean it.
Yeah.
So I think this we might really have come up with a gem on this guy. We'll see. But I wouldn't be told. Jenkins is the kind of guy. He's a front-running player.
I
If you're
agree,
winning, he's going to be okay, and he's going to play football. If you're not winning, he's going to. This is what he's going to be.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not jumping to sign him, but he is a quality.
No, I think that's a good description
player.
of him, and I think there's a lot of guys like that. He's a front-running player.
Right.
And in a room in which the season has spiraled completely out of control, he was obviously complaining 2 weeks ago. He wants to travel.
Yep.
Jack Rabbit wants to travel,
That's what
as he said.
Right, yeah.
So the Giants get rid of Janoris Jenkins.